I took you with me to Aldi to shop for a family of 4 for 1 week, and so now it's time to cook through the ingredients. Here is meal 1. We are making stuffed pork chops and fried potatoes O'Brien. We have our pork chops that we bought, 4 pork chops for $6.27. We have 2 boxes of stovetop. Now, disclaimer, okay, let me back up a little bit. I bought the Aldi brand, but I'm gonna take those to the food pantry. I'm using what I have in stock. I bought these on sale for like $1 a piece when they were on sale, okay? So we're gonna be using this, but when I sum up the total at the end, I will go by what I bought at Aldi's to give you a breakdown of what it costs for the entire meal, plus what it costs per serving. I have 3 potatoes here, all diced up and seasoned up. I used salt, pepper, seasoned salt, garlic powder, onion powder. Did I say pepper? I used pepper. Okay. Anywho, season your potatoes, okay? Whatever seasonings you have. Here, I also have 1 full bell pepper diced up, and then I have half of an onion diced up. We're gonna get the pork chops started because those need to bake at 375 for about 40 to 45 minutes. But first, we gotta get the stuffing made, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and do that off camera. You can read the directions and how to do it. That's exactly how I'm gonna do it. I'm not adding anything extra to it. We are ready to assemble the pork chops, but before I do that, I just wanna say we had a tiny little bit of bone on each pork chop. I decided to go ahead and take it off. So I have actually put it in a Ziploc bag so we can put this in the freezer and save it for, like, you know, say ham and beans. Now make sure you season up both sides of your pork chops. Just salt, pepper, garlic, whatever you got, whatever you like, but just make sure you season up your meat. Now we've got that stuffing. So we're gonna put just a little layer down in the bottom of our non-stick dish. If you do not have a non-stick dish, just go ahead and spray it or oil it in some way so your food doesn't stick to your pan. We ain't got time nor resources to be wasting any of this, okay? Now that we have that layer down, we're gonna start layering our pork chops in here, just like so. We're now gonna add another layer of stuffing. As soon as you have a good layer where it covers up majority of the pork chops, you're gonna take your last 2 pork chops and lay them right on top like so. Now we're gonna come in with the rest of our stuffing, and we're just gonna finish the top off with the stuffing. And this is what we have. So we're gonna cover it with aluminum foil, and we're gonna stick it in the oven in a preheated oven of 375. We are gonna cook it covered for 30 to 35 minutes, remove the foil, and cook it for an additional 7 to 10 minutes to get a nice crispy top. To a preheated pan with oil inside, we are gonna just add our potatoes. And we're gonna let these cook real good before I add the bell pepper and onion. We're just gonna cover her up and let her do her thing. This is about how I like my potatoes before I start adding my vegetables, because I don't want my vegetables to burn. So now I'm gonna start adding my bell pepper and my onion. I'm gonna give that a nice stir. Y'all, what was it Rachel Ray used to say? I wish there was smell-o-vision. Oh my gosh. This is what we're looking like, and this is about how my family likes it. If you like your vegetables a little bit softer, like the bell pepper, cook it a little bit longer on a little lower temp, but this is perfect. So we are just gonna cover this up and wait for our stuffed pork chops to finish. And there they are, y'all. Yes, I do have my meat thermometer out because, listen, I gave myself food poisoning one time. We ain't about to do that no more. I will say, if you have it and you want to add another element to this to just elevate the flavor and add a little bit more moisture to your dish, you can take some chicken or pork gravy and just smother the top of that. It is so good, but you don't absolutely have to have it, okay? And obviously, if you would like, you can pair this with another vegetable. You can do canned, frozen, or fresh, just to spread the meal out even more. But this is what my honey and I are eating this evening. We're having the pork or stuffed pork chops, and we're having the fried potatoes O'Brien. This is going to be plenty. This will feed 4 people. Real quick, I'm going to show you how I'm going to cut it in order for it to spread to 4 people. So we laid those pork chops long ways this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come in here and I'm going to cut in the center of each one of these pork chops and then down the middle, and each person gets a corner of this dish. I'm going to take a little picture of it plated for you, and right laid over the top of that is going to be the cost for the entire meal, and then I'm going to break it down and tell you what this meal costs per serving. I hope this was helpful. I hope you try it, and I hope you really, really, really enjoy it.